guys, I'm Star the Flippin Hippo. Thank you for joining us on our YouTube channel at Flippin Hippos. Today's Saturday, July 13th, and I'm going to show you how to set up the unpaid item assistant in the back end of your eBay. I 100% recommend everyone set this up. It saves you time, it saves you stress, and you don't have to worry about those buyers who don't pay immediately ever again. The system will do everything for you. If you do best offers on eBay or you run auctions, even if you have immediate payment checked on your items, they don't have to pay immediately once they've accepted your offer or you've accepted theirs or an auction has ended. And in that instance, the item will sit until they pay for it unless you do something about it. And then you can either go this route where you send out maybe a friendly message reminder for them to pay, and then you send them an invoice or two, and then you open an unpaid item case on your own, and then you're having to eyeball your items waiting for payment. You're going to have to keep an eye on that every single day. You're going to have to remember who you sent the invoices to, who you didn't, who you sent messages to, who you didn't. Open the cases on your own. To me, that's just way more effort and way more energy and time that anyone needs to spend on that, because eBay offers you an assistant. You can set up this unpaid item assistant to open a case on your unpaid items. After like 48 hours of non-payment, it automatically opens the case. Typically, in that instance, most buyers will pay. I think that in general, most buyers aren't bad people. They're just human and they're forgetful. So they may send you an offer, on their lunch break at work, and then not even think about it until 2 days later when they see the unpaid item case opened and be like, oh yeah, I sent that offer, or I bought that item. I think in general, it's usually they're just forgetful. And once your assistant opens that case, it reminds them they pay, you ship it, it's over with. If it does go the 5 days they get once the case has been opened, the assistant then automatically closes the case for you. And in this instance, you will have to go to the effort of relisting the item. But it still takes out all those other steps, the messages, the invoices, you opening the case manually. You'll get a message from eBay saying the case was closed and the item can be relisted if they didn't pay, and then you just relist it. I recommend Sell Similar. And that's it. So it takes out all of that other stuff. So you can just legitimately just go about your business. You never have to worry about those awaiting payments ever again. You don't have to look at them, think about them, do them, touch them, or do anything with them until you get a message that the case was closed without payment, and then you can relist the item. And that doesn't really happen that often. Like I said, usually once the case is open, they pay. So since this is a tool that we all get with our paid eBay store subscriptions, I do recommend using it. And I know I've been saying that a lot lately, and a lot of recent videos and live shows, I've been reiterating that fact to you guys. If you're paying for a store, if you are giving money to eBay every single month for the privilege of all of the tools and the perks of having a store, like your coupon code you get for free supplies and all of these other things, you should be using it. If you pay for something, use it. eBay's store subscription has so many tools that are available to us and perks. And I just hear all the time that people aren't utilizing them. You need store categories, automatic feedback, unpaid item assistant, your free shipping supplies, the sales you can run, the promoted listings. I mean, the list goes on. It just makes sense to use stuff if you're paying for it, right? All right, I'm going to share my screen with you guys now and show you how to set up this unpaid item assistant. Once you're on eBay.com or your seller hub, either one will work. Along the top here where you see your name, all the way over on the right, you want to click on My eBay. That takes you to My eBay Summary. Along the top here, there's 3 tabs: Activity, Messages, and Account. You'll want to click on Account, and that takes you to this page. It says My eBay, My Account. Under this My eBay Views, along here on the left, there's many choices. You want to find the one that says Site Preferences and click on Site Preferences. That takes you to this page, And then you're just going to scroll down until you see Unpaid Item Assistant. Let eBay open and close unpaid item cases for you automatically. You can see that ours already says yes. Case opens 2 days after item ends. You'll want to click edit, and that takes you to a page that looks like this. You'll have to click on the radio button next to yes, I want Unpaid Item Assistant to open and close cases on my behalf. Then it says open a case if payment hasn't been received after. There's a drop down menu here you click on. You can choose 2 days, 4 days, 8 days, 16, 24, and 32. Although I don't know why you would want to wait that long for payment before you opened the Unpaid Item Assistant. We have it on the least amount, which is 2 days. I do have them sending an email once the case is opened. And then if they don't pay within the 5 days that they get within the case, I have an email coming to let me know it has been closed so that I can relist the item. If you don't want to deal with relisting the item, if you want to save even more time and effort, you can automatically relist the item when the case is closed with no payment by clicking on this arrow into this drop down menu and choosing yes. I choose not to do that, but you can. That way, once the Unpaid Item Assistant automatically opens the case for you, automatically closes it in 5 days, it will automatically relist the item for you, and that actually does save you more time and effort. I just like to do it myself. And again, we have it on the lowest amount of 2 days. What happens if they don't pay within 5 days? You get a notice. The item either will get automatically relisted if you choose this, or you will relist it yourself. What happens to the buyer is they get an unpaid mark against them. I don't know that it really does anything to them. Allegedly, if they get enough marks or enough dings for unpaid items, eBay will yada yada. The only benefit I see is you can set your settings on your eBay that you won't sell to anyone with X amount of unpaid items in X amount of time. So if you chose to say you don't want anyone purchasing your items that has 2 or more unpaid items in the last month, if someone that is a consistent problem or has 2 or more, they wouldn't be allowed to buy from you. And that's the only real plus I see to this system. I don't want to deal with reminding them and sending them the messages and the invoices. Absolutely not. So that's why I have the Unpaid Item Assistant set up, so it does it for me. But as far as like punishment for the buyer if they don't pay after 5 days, they get a ding. Does eBay ever really do anything to them? Even if they did, could they log in under Google as a guest and still shop? Probably. But you can set your account to not sell to people who are chronic problems. So, I mean, there is kind of a plus to them getting a ding. And I will say that a lot of buyers don't see it as no big deal. There are some buyers who will freak out and, they see it as marring their perfect reputation or their perfect eBay record. And the fact that they had a case open will make them pay right away. But yeah, it's got a couple of steps to it. This isn't as simple as setting up the automatic feedback I showed you this morning. This has a couple more steps. It's a little bit more complicated, but as long as you follow along with me how I showed you, it's real easy to set up. And that's how you set it up. It is that super duper easy, guys. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Like the video before you leave. It does help the channel. Join our Facebook group. The link to join is in the description box. If you haven't already and you'd like to, please subscribe to our channel and help us feed a hungry hippo. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We're at Flippin' Hippos across all social media. Until next time, you guys have a good night.